Welcome back here to League on Lock. My name is Eric, and the LCK playoffs are already underway. In case you somehow missed it this weekend, the wild card round, although technically, I don't know if they officially list that as the playoffs. Round one is after that. But the wild card did get underway with Gen.G taking on Afreeca, and Afreeca 2-0'd Gen.G. Not a best of 5 because it's a wild card round. It's only a best of 3, and Afreeca completely dismantled them, which was surprising. Most people, including myself, kind of favored Gen.G in this matchup. And the main reason that Afreeca completely mollywopped them was because of Kiin in the top lane, who, you know, people are saying, why is this guy going and representing South Korea at the Asia Games when you have guys like Smeb and Kiin? Well, this series showcased exactly why he was selected to represent South Korea internationally, because he was an absolute animal on the Quinn and Gangplank. No tank duty for him. He was the clear carry in these matchups for him. 718 damage per minute is basically double what you're seeing on average for AD carries, and his Quinn was unbelievably clean. He destroyed Cuve's Jarvan in that top lane matchup. He ran the Ignite, doesn't need TP, not playing a tank. His flanks in this game were absolutely insane. Gen.G had some great engages that almost got them back in the game, but it was flanking and just overall great positioning from Kiin on the Quinn that won them the game. I mean, this flank in particular. He's going in 1v3, and he takes down a couple of Gen.G members. So Kiin was playing out of his mind, and then in the second match, he played Gangplank, where typically, you know, you're probably gonna lose lane as the Gangplank, but he was barely even set behind. And when it came to team fights, obviously he was putting out ludicrous amounts of damage. Kramer was on Swain in both of these games, so the featured AD carry was Kiin in both these matchups with that Quinn and the Gangplank. So really outstanding performance from him, and it's just really exciting to see a big upset in the first round. They finished 10-8, Afreeca that is. Gen.G were one of the 4 teams tied at the top at 13-5, and now Gen.G don't really have a lot of championship points because they got eliminated right where they did in the spring split, and Afreeca obviously got 70 from that runner-up finish. Now in the official round one of the LCK playoffs, you've got a rematch of the spring split finals with King's Own taking on Afreeca. And, you know, this isn't good for KT, because if Afreeca actually makes a big run and don't win, they're going to go off of points, and then KT is going to have to go to the Gauntlet. And if KT doesn't win and ends up having to go to the Gauntlet, we know that everyone will freak out and start panicking. Because the LCK regular season is done, we don't have power rankings for them this week, so we figured we'd give a quick shout out to the LPL. We haven't really covered their power rankings much in the summer split, but we have been paying some attention, so we're going to look at week 8 and break down the power rankings in China, in case you haven't been paying too much attention, because there's too much League of Legends going on around the globe, which can definitely be the case. Number 1, Invictus Gaming, 14-1. It's the spring split all over again. These guys never lose in the regular season. The Shy and Duke have been splitting game time recently, but most recently, the Shy played against RNG, and it was a quick 2-0 for IG. They are looking like the team to beat in, again, the regular season. And they took RNG to 5 games in last year's playoffs without the Shy playing, so who knows what'll happen this time. Rogue Warriors 12-3. Great performance at Rift Rivals. They were really showing up in the spring split, and they continue to do so. They're in at number 2. Top 3, JD Gaming, which is very surprising. They're actually 2 games ahead of RNG. They've already beaten them this split. Big surprise for them to be performing so well, especially in the stacked Eastern Conference, which is where they're playing. RNG are outside of the top 3, sitting at 12-5. And I know the regular season isn't really anything to panic about for them, but what might be an issue is they have to play Invictus before the actual finals, before they match up there. And again, that's a tough matchup because it took them to 5. It was almost a coin flip the last time these guys played a best-of-5 series. And again, I'm going to keep saying it, that was without the Shy playing. So RNG really need to figure some stuff out. They only have 1 game left here in the regular season to make some noise. Top Sports are ahead of EDG because they beat them in a head-to-head last week. And EDG 9-8, 8 losses is quite a bit for them. This is a team that you're accustomed to seeing go to Worlds. They obviously have a lot of championship points from last split, but right now they're struggling. And then, I mean, another team you're struggling there, you saw Billy Gaming in at number 10. You know, we thought they might be hyped up after last split, making the playoffs, but they have struggled. They're looking better as of late, but they had a horrible start to the summer split, so they're in at number 10. And also you saw Suning Gaming there, who are performing a lot better than you would have expected. They're within the top 10. There's actually 14 teams in the LPL. We couldn't fit them all on one board. So the bottom 4 here get their own customized board to go over them. Fun plus Phoenix. Team WE, what are you doing in the bottom 4? They're 4 and 13, and honestly, putting them in at 12th is a little bit generous. They should really be 13th, but they have looked a little bit better as of late. They have no chance of going to Worlds. I mean, they didn't qualify for playoffs, they got knocked out in the first round of the spring playoffs, and now they're not going to be making playoffs this split. So no WE at Worlds. That's a shocker. LPL still has a couple of weeks left to go. That's all the time here for League Unlocked. My name's Eric. Thank you guys very much for watching.